Self-reliance is the most powerful form of strength one can ever develop. It means trusting yourself when the world questions you, standing tall when support fades, and believing that everything you need to rebuild, restart, and rise is already within you. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for others to lead them, guide them, or lift them, but the truth is, no one can truly walk your path for you. Self-reliance teaches you that while encouragement from others is a blessing, your real progress begins the moment you take full responsibility for your own life. In the beginning, standing on your own might feel frightening. You may feel uncertain, as if every step could lead to failure, but that fear is not meant to stop you, it's meant to awaken you. Every great achiever, every strong soul, once stood where you are, questioning their worth, their ability, their strength. Yet they moved forward because they realized something profound. If you keep waiting for someone to save you, you might wait forever. The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. When you become self-reliant, you stop chasing approval and start chasing growth. You begin to understand that mistakes are not proof of weakness. They are proof of courage, the courage to act, to learn, and to try again. Depending on others might bring short-term comfort, but depending on yourself brings lifelong confidence. You start finding solutions instead of excuses, peace instead of panic, and wisdom instead of worry. Self-reliance doesn't mean shutting people out. It means learning to rise even when no one shows up. In every challenge, life asks one silent question: will you give up or get up? Those who are self-reliant always choose to get up. They don't wait for circumstances to change. They change themselves to fit the circumstances. They know that true growth happens in solitude, in silence, and in moments of struggle. The more you depend on yourself, the freer you become, because your happiness, your peace, and your purpose no longer rest in someone else's hands. Remember, the greatest gift you can give yourself is the belief that you are enough capable of building, healing, and thriving all on your own. That is the essence of true self-reliance. Pain is not something we choose, but it is something that shapes us in ways we could never imagine. Every wound we carry, every heartbreak, and every disappointment holds a lesson that can transform our entire life if we allow it to. Pain is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of transformation. When life tests you, it's not trying to destroy you, it's trying to build you. Growth never happens in comfort. It happens in those silent nights when your heart aches and your soul questions everything. It happens when you are forced to start again with nothing but your will to survive. Many people spend their lives running away from pain, trying to avoid failure or discomfort. But pain is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It strips away illusions and teaches you what truly matters. It shows you who you are when everything else is taken away. Through pain, you learn resilience, patience, and strength. You begin to understand that peace is not the absence of suffering, but the ability to remain calm within it. Pain is the fire that molds you, the test that reveals your character, and the mirror that reflects your inner power. When you go through hard times, it is easy to ask, why me? But the better question is, what is this trying to teach me? Because hidden in every challenge is a lesson that prepares you for the next chapter of your life. Sometimes pain teaches empathy. Sometimes it teaches independence. Sometimes it teaches you to let go of what was never meant for you. It opens your eyes to the truth that strength doesn't come from what you have, it comes from what you survive. The transformation pain brings is not always visible to the world, but inside, it changes everything. You begin to appreciate small joys, value real connections, and understand that even brokenness can be beautiful. Every scar becomes a story of survival, and every tear becomes a seed of wisdom. So when life hurts, don't run away. Sit with the pain, learn from it, and rise from it. Because every time pain knocks you down, it also gives you the power to rise stronger than before. Pain may test you, but it also transforms you into the person you were meant to become. Self-belief is the foundation upon which every dream is built. It is that quiet inner voice that tells you to keep going when the world doubts you. that invisible force that pushes you forward even when everything seems to fall apart. Believing in yourself does not mean you are arrogant. It means you trust your potential, your effort, and your vision even when no one else does. There will be moments in life when people will underestimate you, question your abilities, or even laugh at your dreams. But the truth is, you don't need the world to believe in you, you just need to believe in yourself enough to keep moving. Self-belief is not something you are born with, it's something you build. It comes from falling and rising, from trying and failing, from being rejected and still daring to try again. When you start believing in yourself, your thoughts change, your energy changes, and so does your destiny. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to prove your strength. The power of belief gives you courage to walk alone, to start when no one supports you, and to continue when no one understands you. It is like a light within that refuses to go out, no matter how dark the world becomes. There will always be voices around you telling you what you can't do, what you shouldn't try, and why you will fail. But remember, the loudest and most powerful voice you'll ever hear is the one inside your own heart. If that voice says, "I can," then nothing can truly stop you. Every successful person you've ever admired once stood where you are uncertain, afraid, and full of doubt. The only difference is, they chose to believe in themselves even when circumstances gave them no reason to. Self-belief transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. It turns fear into faith and hesitation into action. When you trust yourself, the world starts to respond differently. Doors begin to open, opportunities begin to appear, and life begins to move in your favor. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you won't fall, it means you will never stay down. The power of self-belief is not about proving others wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you were always capable, always strong, and always enough. Loneliness is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it can become one of the greatest sources of strength and discovery. When you are left alone, it may feel as if the world has turned its back on you, but that very silence can lead you to the most powerful realization of your life, that you are capable of standing on your own. Being alone is not a punishment. It is an opportunity to meet yourself, to listen to your inner voice, and to understand your deepest desires without the noise of others' opinions. The moments of solitude that once felt heavy slowly start to feel freeing because you begin to see that you don't need constant validation to feel complete. Loneliness teaches you to appreciate your own company. It helps you find peace in your own thoughts and strength in your own presence. Many people fear being alone because they associate it with sadness or failure. But being alone can be a gift if you choose to see it that way. It allows you to pause, to heal, and to reflect on who you truly are. It helps you stop chasing people who were never meant to stay and instead start focusing on the one person who will always be there, yourself. When you stop depending on others to fill your emptiness, you discover that what you were searching for outside was always within you. In those quiet moments when no one is watching, you begin to rebuild. You learn to love yourself, forgive yourself, and believe in yourself again. Loneliness becomes a mirror that reflects not your weakness, but your potential. It teaches you that your happiness is not tied to anyone's presence or absence. It reminds you that the strength to rise, to smile, and to continue all comes from within. Turning loneliness into power means transforming pain into purpose. It means understanding that solitude is not isolation, it is preparation. The time you spend alone is the time you spend growing, becoming, and learning to rely on yourself completely. And when you finally emerge from that silence, you carry with you a kind of peace that no one can take away, a peace that comes from knowing that you are whole, even when you stand alone. Resilience is the art of rising every time life knocks you down. It is the quiet strength that pushes you forward when everything inside you wants to give up. Being resilient doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you choose to stand up despite the pain. It is easy to be strong when life is kind, but true strength is revealed when you have every reason to fall apart, and yet you still choose to rebuild. Resilience teaches you that it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you decide to rise. Every challenge, every failure, every heartbreak becomes a test of your inner strength, shaping you into a person who refuses to be broken. In a world where people often depend on others to fix their problems, resilience reminds you that the power to heal lies within you. You may not control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Every time you face a setback, you have two choices: to surrender or to stand. And each time you choose to stand, you grow stronger than before. Resilience is not built in moments of comfort. It is built in moments of chaos, loss, and uncertainty. It is in those dark moments when you realize that no one can fight your battles for you, and that realization becomes your greatest source of power. Resilience is more than survival, it is transformation. It changes the way you see failure, not as the end of your journey, but as a lesson that prepares you for what's next. It teaches you patience, discipline, and faith. It tells you that healing takes time and progress is not always visible, but it is happening within you. The stronger your resilience, the less you fear change, because you know that no matter what life takes away, you can build again. Every scar you carry is a reminder that you endured, that you survived, that you rose. Resilience turns wounds into wisdom and pain into power. It makes you realize that strength is not about never breaking, it's about never staying broken. And when you learn to rise every time you fall, you discover that no storm is strong enough to destroy a soul that refuses to give up. Becoming your own hero means taking full responsibility for your life, your choices, your happiness, and your growth. It means understanding that no one is coming to save you, and that the power to change your story lies in your own hands. Often, we grow up believing that someone else will fix our problems or make us feel complete. But as life unfolds, we realize that waiting for others to rescue us only keeps us trapped in the same place. Becoming your own hero is about standing up for yourself when no one else does, believing in yourself when the world doubts you, and deciding that your life is worth fighting for. Being your own hero doesn't mean you have all the answers or that you never struggle. It means you choose courage over comfort. It means you stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or other people for where you are, and start taking action to shape your future. Every time you refuse to give up, every time you push through fear, every time you choose to keep going, you are saving yourself. The strength you are searching for will never come from outside. It grows within you, through every challenge you overcome and every step you take forward. When you become your own hero, you stop waiting for permission to live your dreams. You stop looking for validation and start creating your own path. Heroes are not born in moments of glory. They are made in moments of struggle, in nights of doubt, and in days when quitting feels easier. They are made by those who choose to rise, even when no one is watching. You become a hero not because you never fall, but because you rise every single time you do. Taking control of your story transforms you from a victim of your circumstances into the author of your destiny. It teaches you that bravery is not about being fearless, it's about facing your fears and moving forward anyway. When you decide to be your own hero, life changes because you stop waiting for miracles and start becoming one. You realize that you have always been enough, that your power was never lost, and that the hero you've been waiting for has been within you all along.